Fundamentals of Meditation by Lucian. Children, age 1, earning jobs in protection in Jobs 4 of 4. 31. I prepared to go to heaven. I did this by loving the Western religious leader. First, I walked into a center. Second, I learned meditation. Third, I practiced meditation every day. In this way, I prepared to go to heaven by loving the Western religious leader. 32. I prepared to make a love heart. I did this by necking with the swan. First, I walked to the swan. Second, I made a love heart with it. Third, I walked back. In this way, I prepared to make a love heart by necking with the swan. 33. I prepared to write a lecture on home safety. I did this by feeling safe at home. First, I locked the door. Second, I locked the window. Third, I invited a friend to my house. In this way, I prepared to write a lecture on home safety by feeling safe at home. 34. I prepared to be productive at work. I did this by feeling safe at work. First, I verified that the walls were strong. Second, I verified that the path outside was safe. Third, I verified that the hall was safe. In this way, I prepared to be productive at work by feeling safe at work. 35. I prepared to be top cat. I did this by switching off the bracenings. First, I switched off the bracenings. Second, I bracened out the bracenings. Third, I pretended to take off my top hat, symbolizing the magic from the bracenings. In this way, I prepared to be top cat by switching off the bracenings. 36. I prepared to explain surds, square roots which can be reduced to rational numbers. I did this by helping the child perform the next step. First, I found the factors of the term under the square root symbol. Second, I found the square roots of the squares in the factors. Third, I multiplied and wrote that these were multiplied with the square root of the remaining factors. In this way, I prepared to explain surds, square roots which can be reduced to rational numbers by helping the child perform the next step. 37. I prepared to verify that the surd matched the one that the original surd had been simplified to and worked backwards to result in. I did this by checking that the child had understood the next step. First, I worked backwards through the surd example to think backwards by first finding factors of the number multiplied by the square root and the factors of the number under the square root symbol. Second, I found the squares of the factors of the number multiplied by the square root. Third, I wrote their multiple under the square root symbol. In this way, I prepared to verify that the surd matched the one that the original surd had been simplified to and worked backwards to result in by checking that the child had understood the next step. 38. I prepared to reach the nth degree as a threshold. I did this by climbing the step. First, I wrote the bracenings. Second, I wrote the arguments. Third, I wrote the books. In this way, I prepared to reach the nth degree as a threshold by climbing the step. 39. I prepared to write an essay by finding it out in a positive functional way, followed by being given the high quality, developed seen as version. I did this by writing my essay in a positive functional way, sentence by sentence. First, I verified that the sentence was positive about the self. Second, I verified that the sentence was positive about the other. Third, I repeated this from another perspective. In this way, I prepared to write an essay by finding it out in a positive functional way, followed by being given the high quality, developed seen as version by writing my essay in a positive functional way, sentence by sentence. 40. I prepared to illustrate the children's storybook. I did this by watching the children earn H1. First, I wrote the collections. Second, I wrote the solutions. Third, I wrote the happiness solutions. In this way, I prepared to illustrate the children's storybook by watching the children earn H1. 41. I prepared to connect ideas. I did this by observing the adults earn H1. First, I encountered the foretelling idea. Second, I experienced the generativity. Third, I meditated on meditation's mechanics, wrote down philosophy's noumena. In this way, I prepared to connect ideas by observing the adults earn H1. 42. I prepared to describe medicine the whole time in meditation. I did this by writing the medicine H1. First, I defined breath-sunings. Second, I took apart the nuts and bolts. Third, I placed waste in a quantum box. In this way, I prepared to describe medicine the whole time in meditation by writing the medicine H1.